Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a JX Omega rendition. Now, this is the JX Omega in Bohler K329 steel. It has G10 handle scales, and they are grippy as hell with orange liners. Beautiful knife. Listen, I have reviewed the JX Omega a whole bunch. In fact, 2 weeks ago, I did the SK85 version, SK85 steel. This knife is dropping September the 20th, this Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Work Tough Gear website. I wanted to get a review out today, but I did it a little different, some of the same stuff. We're going to take a good hard look at the knife. I'm going to link the review from 2 weeks ago in the description. I'm also going to link a couple other of the reviews that I've done on this knife. I've reviewed this knife or this style a bunch, the JX Omega, because I like it. I really do. There's something about it and the JXV that I just like. And to be honest with you, I really like the handle. I like the extra length. It's one of those knives that I feel like you almost have to check out to appreciate. It's not just balanced in one spot. Each piece of that handle, while it has a different balance point, it feels amazing in hand. It really, really does. And this is a workhorse. Now, this was designed by Chris Tanner at Prepared Minds 101. It's made by Work Tough Gear. Great. Oh, look at that karate air from old Scab. What I wanted to do here is, now, there's a lot of talk in the knife realm about one tool options. Now, I'll never be a one tool option guy, but having a channel, I get to explore it, think on it, ponder it, and check it out. What I wanted to do with this video, because I really have reviewed this knife so many times, or a JX Omega so many times, is kind of walk you through what I look for while doing the review. I left everything in. I left a couple of things in that I don't normally show you, so we'll check that out. And they're there just to show you how I get a feel for the knife, checking out the knife. And some of it can be kind of goofy, but I figured I'd let you in. Now, this part I did because it's fun. As much as I enjoy reviewing knives, I never take myself too seriously. I never have, I never will. I take the knife seriously because a lot of time went into the design. A lot of work went into the production of this knife. A lot of people put a lot of effort, so I want to give it my best, but I also want to be honest with it. One thing I do, I get asked a lot on a knife this size, what can you do with that other than bushcraft or that? Guys, knives are made to be enjoyed. Yes, they're tools. And you may look at it as a tool only, and that's great and that's awesome. I have fun with mine. This is something I do a lot. I go out in the swamp, at the studio, at the house. I just like cutting shit. The thing that I like to do as well is on a knife this size, I like to check out the machete factor, right? There are a lot of bigger knives that are big, they're heavy. They're not something that I would substitute or use for machete style tasks. This knife is different. Now, what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to post the specs in the description. They will be up probably September the 19th, to be honest with you. It's been about a 14-hour day. I'm on the way home now. I'll probably forget, and somebody will remind me, and then I'll do it. But the thing is, I'm going to link a couple videos that will have the specs. But the thing is this knife has a great machete factor. What do I mean? Well, you can use it as a machete. Here, I've got my hand down near the pommel, and it's got a nice, I'm going to call it, yes, it's a pommel, but it's almost like a palm swell at the bottom. So I can grab that with a couple fingers. It doesn't take a lot of force and just clear shit out of the way. The knife comes razor sharp. Anybody that's ever had a Work Tough Gear from Work Tough Gear will tell you without doubt, they do some of the sharpest knives out there, right? So right here, we're doing batoning. Now, I don't normally baton. I really don't. Work Tough Gear. It's in the name, tough, right? So we're going to do some different stuff. One thing that I use a lot. And the other side is this. I've said this a million times. I'll say it a million more. I don't cherry pick materials. I use what I have, right? I put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy into this channel. I can't run by black locust wood every time I do a review. I use what I have. These are made of pine. Here's the butt kicker here. I just ran right into a knot. Now I want y'all to watch this. This knife has cruised through that other one. The thing with the stuff I use at work, it's that pressure treated. Some of it's dunnage, some of it's 3x3, some of it's different shit, right? It's pine, I get it. And it's soft until you run into one of those knots. Now, while I have lost an insane amount of weight and I am looking phenomenal, I'm still somewhat strong. I'm around 5'10", 5'11", depending on the convenience store and if I'm wearing boots, and around 237 pounds. Why do I mention that? Because I'm not going easy on the knife right here. Now watch. I'm hitting it on that concrete tread, and hopefully my boss doesn't watch because he'll have a stroke. But right here, we're just pounding it. There was no edge damage. I'm going to show you. I'll always show you. I got nothing to hide. There are times, and I shit you not, that I'm just like, you know, a little chip here and there wouldn't hurt my feelings. I already have to put up with every swinging dick on the internet and every simple stupid bastard who thinks I make money off Work Tough Gear. They, oh, you know, they act like I use CGI for this shit. I beat the hell out of these things. No, I don't break them. Well, Joe X broke it. That's what he does. Let me just park right here for a minute, and I love Joe. I've got a shirt with Joe X on it. Love the guy. I really do. But some of you ignorant wretches that watch him, every time, oh, he broke it. Hey, dumb ass. I was going to say dumb fuck, but I'm not. I'm going to say dumb ass. That's what he does. I would be more shocked if he didn't break it. I'm not here to break a knife. I'm here to show you use on the knife. That's what we do. I love Joe. Not every channel on the damn internet needs to break a knife. It does for some of the simple bastards on here so they can be entertained. They're never going to buy them anyway. They're just going to bitch and complain about them. That's my little sermonette. Here's a comparison to the SK85. The fullers are different. The G10 handle scales are different as far as texture. Which one do I like? Both. I'm never going to pick one. I mentioned earlier, I like what Tanner did with these. I like that handle. I can get 3 different grips. I can do 3 different things. I can choke up all the way at the blade and do smaller tasks, finer tasks. I mean, it's a large blade, right? I can go middle for good leverage for stabbing and things like that. And I can drop down to the pommel for chopping. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this. Most of the time when I chop, it's under a minute. This is dunnage that I use at work. And a lot of times, if I'm chopping it in 2, I'm using both pieces to stack rails or do whatever. I don't just randomly chop shit. I mean, I do, but I make sure there's a purpose. Now, you see how deep a bite that's getting. I'm using it to pry the wood away. The thing is, again, we're going into pressure-treated pine. I'm chopping directly into a knot. I have full confidence in Work Tough Gear. Full confidence. Always have, always will. I didn't try to blaze through this. I wanted to use the knife in a different way. I'm not trying to hurry. I'm taking some deliberate swings. Some of them, I'm wedging the knife. Did I mean to do that? Well, no. But at the same time, the angle I'm swinging, it's going to get stuck, right? So we're going to pry on it a little bit. We're going to hit on it a little bit. We're going to do some different things. No, this isn't really what I show you. Usually when I show you chopping, we kind of blow through it and move on because most people's attention span can't stay focused that long. Some of the strikes are flat. Now, we all know it's the knife's fault if it's deflected, or at least that's what Kev tells us from PBKG, right? But the truth is, when I'm chopping and we're going up near a couple minutes, the wind is there. I've done a good job at trying to get in shape. I got a long way to go. But at 52 years of age with beat up, broken hands, after 2.5 minutes, they start wanting to give, right? But I like doing that to see how comfortable the handle is. Was there any shock? I was kind of laughing at myself there. Here's another thing that I don't really show y'all a lot. I call this walking the dog. It's something that I do with every single knife. Steins, pay attention, buddy. This is how you do it to learn how to do it. I'm walking and I'm throwing. I'm going to walk all the way forward. I'm going to show you every throw, even when I miss. Guys, listen, people say, oh, you miss. I don't give a shit. I'm not here to be perfect. If I was, I'd go home, I'd put on decent clothes, I'd sit at a desk and just show you the thing. I'm not here for that. I want you to see every piece of it. I walk up the board, I walk down the board, and it just gives me a feel and appreciation for the knife. I love the knife, and I love work tough gear, unabashedly. I've told several people, I'm incredibly biased. They've earned that with me. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, I love you. Man, you have a place here. I back the blue. It's not even worth arguing over anymore. I know this ain't the day and age for it. That's okay. I've never been in the A crowd anyway. I'm not asking you to do it. It's something I believe in. Finally, if you are an addict, and oh my God, I am, never quit quitting. Well, guys, I love you. God knows I do. I hope you have a great week. I'm Scab. You're not. The JXB, September 20th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Work Tough Gear website. I'm gone, son.